Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, MarkN, MUFC fan, and you know what it is. It's the Premier Roundup tonight, folks. Your boy is back. We're live in color. You know what? It's going to be an interesting roundup. It's going to be a short one tonight, folks, because your boy, you know what I mean, Trinidad and Tobago under 19 is playing. I would like to watch the game as well, but I need to chat with you guys. There was an interesting weekend. You know what I mean? Some interesting performances, some teams dropping points, some teams picking up points. One team remains the only undefeated team in the Premier League in 26. But it gets even more interesting. Arsenal picking up the pace, is it? You know what I mean? Man City on the chase. What's going on with Liverpool? Is it a little bit too late? What's happening, guys? Because quietly the Premier League table is starting to take shape, and of course it's going to be an interesting one coming down with 10 games left, 12 games left. Where's my maths? You know what I mean? Game week, 11 games left. This was game week 27 already, folks. 11 games left. What's gonna happen in the next 3? Well, it's left to be seen, but the next 5 gets interesting. You know what I'm saying, folks? But let's focus on this game week, guys, because, of course, you know, we have to talk about the matches that happen. I'm going to do it slightly differently this week. Of course, you know, I try to change things up slightly every week, but this week, I just wanted to give it to you straight, raw, real, and, of course, let's discuss it because it's going to be it certainly has an interesting feel to the game week. And of course, the performances, well, let's say they should be better than they are for most parts of it because the teams on the tally, well, most of them are chasing top 4, and the ones that aren't chasing top 4, well, they should be there themselves if they're not there already. That's where the interesting debate comes with these different performances with all these teams, folks. And of course, like you, like myself, we all want to find out or make our predictions where our team is going to fall. Because, of course, my team, Manchester United, of course, I expect them to be one of the top teams in contention for a top 4 finish. You know, unlikely so at the start of the season, but it's looking to be so now. And of course, folks, well, let's start with the game week. The first game, Aston Villa away at home versus Leeds. Not the best performance from Villa, folks. If I had to criticize Villa, I would say they look very lackluster. They were not very energetic, and they certainly needed some help to get themselves in. They had good chances, but they never really truly looked like they really wanted to get that go-ahead goal. Of course, I would say Leeds United done well because they led early, and of course, they kept momentum. They looked the likelier team to get a second goal, but then conceded late to Aston Villa, you know, picking up a point, much less to say to the despair of the Leeds fans. And I would say to folks, you know, everyone expects Aston Villa to be chasing the title, but Aston Villa have, just as they've been quietly picking up points, they've been quietly dropping them as well. That's where it gets interesting in this Premier League table going up so far. But never fear, folks, it gets even better as we go along, because I think this Leeds team has been showing signs, not only based on their recruitment, but the way their team has been put together. It's like a puzzle that has been put together. And of course, some interesting players who are used to playing in Europe. Now they're focused on the Premier League and domestic competitions. Not as many games, but they have the fitness for it in the most sense. And a lot of people would have said Leeds, they're going to go right back down. But they did not look at the quality of players in the Leeds squad. And of course, I'm not trying to hype Leeds, but I'm just trying to put it to you there that there are players who came into that squad that played at the top flight in Germany and in Austrian leagues, as well as the Dutch league. And they came in there under the RB group, and some of them are interesting players like Samuel Okafor. You haven't seen him scoring goals, getting into the FPL teams recently as well. So it gets interesting with Leeds. But let's move on straight to Brighton and Hove Albion. This is the game that gets really interesting. You would have expected Brentford to take 3 points at home because they've been in really good form of late as well. And Brighton and Hove Albion, what can we say, folks? You know, a good performance from them, really and truly. You know, they came away and they didn't drop points today. They got 2 goals, deservedly so. Brentford fought well, but Brighton was clinical when they had the chances. So it's one of those things, from my opinion. I'm not a fan of either team, and of course, I don't really care who wins or loses in this game. I'm a neutral. But in the with the sense of things going forward, folks, we have to think about the perspective of how this affects the Premier League table. And Brentford, we'd have expected them to give Liverpool a bit of a more of a push charge behind them to let them know someone is there if they drop points, to kind of drag them back into the chasing pack. But I guess it's not to be for Brentford, because they dropped 3 points and now they are distant, on 38 points away from where they should be, I think. So it gets interesting, folks. It gets really interesting. The next game of this game week saw Chelsea again dropping points, again getting a red card. What is it with Chelsea this season and getting red cards? I don't have an understanding of why, but it's just kind of weird, folks. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. Chelsea got a red card again. I think it's like their 8th game with a red card this season. It's like they're going for a contest. Who gets the most red cards in the league? I don't know, guys, but not at all interesting. You know what I mean? A lackluster performance from Chelsea. Some would say the red card cost them, but I would say to you that the performances has cost them. They have not shown up to the party. Cole Palmer is a good player, but he has not been in sensational form of recent times as well. And of course, the other players, some of them are picking up form, like Esteval, but they're not really doing enough, because Chelsea is a team, they usually have a never say die attitude. But recently, I think some of the pressure has been getting to Chelsea. This is where you see them dropping points. It's unfortunate, because I had them for a title chase this season after their top 4 finish. A young team full of talent, shocked a lot of people by getting top 4 last season and then going on to win the Club World Cup and other things. I think, yeah, it's not the best situation, but I expect Chelsea to bounce back in their next game. I can't lie. You know what I mean? I expect them to shock Arsenal, of course. You know what I mean? Being a Man United fan, up the Reds, always bun Arsenal. You know how it goes. So I would love to see Chelsea do their job and get Arsenal. You know what I mean? Take 3 points from Arsenal, but it's left to be seen if that is the case. And now moving on to West Ham, the team that took points away from Man United the previous week, ending our hopes of getting our first 5-game winning streak in a row. West Ham, a dull game against Bournemouth. How could we put this? I think West Ham showed a lot of intent. Bournemouth was vigorous, as they usually are. They pressed very well, very highly. They did their job. They tried. There were moments where Bournemouth could have possibly scored. And of course, I believe there was a penalty or some sort of VAR incident coming down late in the game that canceled a goal from West Ham. And, they ended up draw on level points. West Ham needed a win. They're pretty low on the table, folks. It could get sad for West Ham very soon, because they could be seeing themselves go down into the championship. But, a championship trophy next season is almost on the cards for West Ham, if they don't lose almost all of their players due to the fact that they might not be playing in the championship. But I don't know, folks. There's still an open race down at the bottom of the table there, where you would see teams like West Ham, you know what I mean, and Wolves and Burnley, even Spurs and Nottingham Forest. They're not too far. West Ham is one win away from being a point behind Spurs. You know what I mean? And of course, that one win would probably take them above Nottingham Forest. So it could still get interesting. Burnley and Wolves, however, it's almost on the cards. Wolves 10 points with 10 games left, unless they have a miracle run where they collect 30 points. They're the first team to be relegated this season, folks. It's probably done and dusted for Wolves. You know what I mean? Burnley, another team, yeah, they're going down for sure this season. 19 points, not at all interesting. You know, they had some good performances. They shown some fight. I mean, it's not at all over. You know what I mean? 10 games left. They could muster 15 points because I believe they're supposed to play their rivals as well. The rivals just above them in Spurs, Forest, Leeds, and West Ham. Well, maybe they get themselves in a situation, but, you know, that's the bottom of the table fight. And right now, all things considered, it gets more interesting at the top of the table. Man City at home to the Newcastle Magpies. And what did you expect? An upset? Could see it happening. It may be possible. You know how physical that Man City team is. It's one of those teams that always shows, you know what I mean, that Newcastle team, they always shows that they're one of the best and most physical teams in the league. And like I can tell you, you know, I'm not a fan of Newcastle, to be fair. You know, I think they're jealous of Man United in more ways than one. But at the same time, you have to give them their respect. I think that they deserve the reputation of the most physical team because they pretty much try to bully and dominate everyone and play the way they want to play. But Man City had other thoughts on the cards. You know what I mean? Goals coming in the first half and the second half for Man City. Newcastle tried their best, but they weren't able to keep up. They almost got the game running away from them, but they just managed to keep a lid on the rest of goals. You know what I mean? It was not easy for them. It's kind of frustrating, guys, watching some of these teams. You know, they all get up to play against Manchester United, but when they play against the likes of Man City, they're running scared. And I'm not sure why, because it's not like City were sensational. I would not dispute if they had a dominating performance, but they were not sensational by any means, folks. You know what I'm saying? I think that we all should think about it from the perspective where, yeah, these teams need to start coming up with better performances, showing up to the party and playing. They need to stop giving City easy wins because, yeah, it's not one of those things, guys. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. You know what I mean? Especially being a Man United fan. It's very frustrating. So, what I can say, certainly expecting a better performance the next time around from neither of those teams. You know what I mean? So, Crystal Palace is up next. They face Wolves at home. Wolves showing why they're going down. A red card coming for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the game. And of course, not allowing them to the like Crystal Palace. And of course, it's not the best goal for me. I think it made things very uninteresting. You know what I mean? It looked very, very frustrating the way they got that situation. But realistically, Wolves, they're not really good this season, and people might say it's because Cunha left, but they have 10 other players on the pitch, and they have not been performing. They have not shown up to play much games this season. I mean, they scored 2 goals against Arsenal and got a point there, but they're not doing it when it's more important against teams with fair amount of competition. In my honest opinion, to get 2 goals against Arsenal and have the inability to score 1 against Crystal Palace shows why they are going down. That's really, really radical. You know what I mean? But it gets more interesting here, folks. A 1-0, a late win for Liverpool. And I have to say, folks, the way the referees played the game, it was always going to happen that way. It's one of those situations where you didn't want to see this result. I know every single fan of the Premier League expected this to end in a draw because they played well over the minutes that were given. Of course, Liverpool already had an offside goal, but Van Dijk's toe was just a half centimeter short. Apparently, you know, it's just over the 5mm rule. Just over. Luckily, I don't know how they measured that, but you know what I mean? Normally, most teams, they would get an offside. But at the same time, we're not going to be, too worried about that. Liverpool, they thought they were level on points with Man City and Chelsea, but they're on 45 points along with Chelsea, but with a worse goal difference. You know what I mean? So it's not what they expected. Of course, they think they're doing well, but they still have to face the teams above them and a few teams below them. So it's going to get very interesting for them. This is why the question begs, folks, is it enough? Is it going to be enough? Can Liverpool really catch the pack? You know what I mean? Because when you think about it, guys, when you think about it, Liverpool, they're starting to show some bits of form and getting some consistent wins going. But is it a little too late? They still have to face Man United at Old Trafford. Do you think Man United in this season, being the only team unbeaten in 2026, can get the double over Liverpool this season? It will be interesting. It's a talking point. Let me know in the chat, folks. Don't forget, you can also let us know in the non-live section. Your boy MarkN will always respond and reply to each and every one of your messages. You know what I mean? If you want to start a debate, you can, welcome to come to the community and start a debate on my community page. You know what I'm saying, folks? It's all welcome here. But let's start off. Let's continue going, because enough about the Scousers. Let's get to Sunderland, Fulham. This game was where it got really interesting, and I thought that Sunderland may have had it in the bag when they got that early lead. But then Fulham came roaring back, 3 unanswered. And of course, as you can see, the scoreline remained that way. Fulham showing a good performance. Haven't shown one in a while. You know, they had some sterling performances, but since playing Man United, they've been on a bit of an uneven keel, getting themselves battered and bruised. But they showed up to Sunderland and dished out some of their own battering and bruising down to the Saints. It's unfortunate that that happened to them, but you know what I mean? Sometimes someone's got to win and someone's got to lose, folks. And the North London nonsense derby, what can I tell you? The extreme bottling club Spurs versus the classical bottlers Arsenal, formerly of Highbury, now of the Emirates. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of those games, if you were watching like me on a bad mind scene, you would have thought to yourself, maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean, it would have ended in a 2-2 draw. Deuces, Desmond Tutu is what you call that, because that is what the game deserved. And the referee stepped in and he called it a push. Now, I can't show you the clip, but I'm pretty sure everyone saw Gabriel felt the guy's breath and he just flopped. Now, a big, strong guy like that, falling like that, you can't even see effort in the guy's arm. It's almost as he just touched the guy and he dropped to his knees. Maybe it's a customary habit of Gabriel. You don't know. He may be a huge fan of dolphins, for all I know. But what I can tell you is, Gabriel, yeah, you look like a little guy, bro. You look like a punk. You know what I mean? You scream in people's faces when you score goals and you celebrate. You shouldn't celebrate like that, bro. Acting the way you do. You deserve an Oscar is what you do, broski. But I guess you can call football a series since there are 38 games. Maybe an Emmy, bro. You're not even top class yet. Big up to those coming in. Shout out to Abraham, Man United fan. Oh, yeah, there's always a little bit of weird music in the background, bro. You know what I mean? I think I could turn it down. But what are your thoughts on this week's football, broski? Because we're getting to the Man United section pretty soon. And I think it's going to get pretty interesting. You know what I mean? I think it gets rather interesting when you think about it. You know, the performance this weekend, it was not the best. But, you know, a lot of clubs dropping points. Arsenal getting their 3 points. Is their winning streak or road to the title back on stream? Question for the Arsenal fans. I don't know about you guys, but I still expect them to drop 9 points. I mean, it's only March. You know what I mean? And they do it every year. It's like Christmas is coming. You just know it's coming. So let's look forward to that because, you know what I mean? Everyone was waiting for the big show. Of course, Abraham is here in time. Everyone wants to talk about Manchester United versus Everton away. And a lot of the fans, broski, I carry that guy on my back. You know what I'm saying? I told man them, if we get this guy and we give him bread, he will break that bread and he will give us goals. And you know what I'm saying, Abraham? Like, I was pretty disappointed seeing Bryan Mbeumo starting. And it's not because I don't like Bryan Mbeumo, but I really don't think the striking role is benefiting his game. Understand, and it takes so much away from him that he has not been able to perform. He spent more time on his back than taking shots at goal, and he didn't really pass. He's normally that guy that feeds the guy in the better position. Bruno was there, Cunha was there. He kept trying to score a goal. It just wasn't happening for him. You know, if I had to rate him in that performance, I would give him a 4 for last night. I would have probably given him a 4 the night before. He's lucky to get that assist. And I would say to you folks, that assist was preordained because when Cunha gave him that pass, there was nothing else he could do wrong. If he did, he would have to be sold immediately. There was no one, no player, I don't care how average you are, you take that pass from Cunha down. It's as easy as walking your dog in the morning, folks. You know what I'm saying? To score that goal. And I'm telling you guys that, you know, the way Sesko covered that ground, you can see the hunger. And maybe, and I keep saying to everyone, we struggle. Yes, we do struggle with low blocks. So why don't we start playing a striker versus low blocks? We never do that, you know, folks. You know, that's the funniest thing. When we played against the low block where Sesko scored the brace, he came into the game, he scored a brace. And I'm saying some folks might be saying, you know, maybe he should just keep coming off the bench. But I'm saying to you guys, maybe he started that game and he scored a brace in the first half. There were many moments where that ball and the team, they needed someone to get the ball to stick up front. And it was not happening for Manchester United because Mbeumo was not able to win any balls in the air. He's not a good header of the ball. He's not really good in the air either. He's not good at jumping high, to be fair. So I'm not just crediting the guy. What he does well. And he needs to be on the wing. I think that's where he thrives. And that's where I would like to see Mbeumo. But we need Sesko to start. The guy just keeps saving us out of trouble. And he keeps coming into games and scoring goals and getting himself into goal-scoring situations. Now, you know, we could be mad at him for missing the second goal, and he should have had a brace last night. It would have been so amazing for my FPL if he had that brace last night. And I'm a bit frustrated by him not having that brace last night. But what I would say to you folks is that the service is there. The players are finding the striker now. He's finding a rhythm in this team. And maybe this is what the manager is keying it all up to. And I have to give Carrick a little bit of praise because I think the substitution came in the right moment in the second half where he realized we need to change something. For me, I kind of didn't like the Ahmad substitution. I think Ahmad was doing more in the game than Mbeumo. I would have taken Mbeumo out. But fair enough, Mbeumo got the assist from that brilliant pass from Matthias Cunha. Sesko was clear in open space. He had to give it to him. The second time, Sesko, he should have scored, but he missed. And that's frustrating, but these things happen. He tried to roll the keeper when he should have probably just tried to stick it in the back of the net again. I mean, sometimes these things happen, guys. We can't be too mad, but it's 3 points for Manchester United. That's what's most important. And when I say that, folks, I say that to continue on to say that if you look at how the table is shaping up, it is starting to change, folks. The table is starting to shape into a funny manner, and it looks like it's falling into the favor of Manchester United. And like, you know, guys, it's a nice table to look at right now if you're a Man United fan. No matter who you are, if you're a fan of Manchester United, you know this table definitely gives you some form of interesting appeal because Man United is there in the top 4 where we should be. You know what I'm saying? This is good. We have a positive goal difference, plus 11. You know what I mean? Chelsea does have a better goal difference on us. So does Man City and Arsenal. But no, not Liverpool, not Brentford, not Bournemouth. So, I mean, and we still do have to play Chelsea. So we can change those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting one. Arsenal, they're on 61 points. You know what I mean? Man City with a game in hand. You know, Man United on 48 points. That's a whole 13 points behind. But guess what? Arsenal has played 28 games, while everyone else has played 27. So that makes it a bit interesting because if Man United win, we go to 51 points. That makes us 10 points behind. Remember, I've been telling you folks, I expect Arsenal to drop 9 points. It could get very interesting because Arsenal still has to play Man City. Man City also still have to face the likes of Aston Villa, who also have to play Manchester United as well. And this is where it makes it really, really interesting, folks. Because if we take points from Aston Villa, who take points from Man City, and both Man City and Arsenal cancel themselves out, there's a Man United edges closer to the top of the table. Of course, we would certainly be leapfrogging Aston Villa as we have a better goal difference than them. So if we are on level points, we'll be above them. This makes it very interesting, folks. And I have to tell you that this part is where it gets interesting because if in the next 4 to 5 games, Man United keeps winning and the pack above us drop points, we could be very, very close, folks. But what can I tell you? It's been a great one. Of course, the boys, they're all watching Champions League. Who's not watching Champions League? They are still working. So it's one of those nights where your boy has to host solo. Because guess what, folks? Man United played on Monday night. And you all know that this Premier Roundup is a Monday night, 8:30 UK stream. So don't forget, Monday night, we're going to be here. All the guys are going to be here as well. I'm going to have the Newcastle fan, D-Man in the building, Kieran. The Liverpool boys are going to be here. The Arsenal fans are coming through. And, of course, Davy Prince and Chelsea Dan representing the Chelsea crew. Maybe, you know, Yassa might come through as well. Hopefully those guys pull up. Nems, I'm still got my eye. You haven't shown the streams, bro. What's going on? You need to call me. Big up to you guys watching. Thank you so much for joining us. Yo, Tenno, Lamens definitely kept us in the game, broski. But, you know, I mean, like, in a way, I expect Lamens to make some of those saves. He's been better, a lot better in the last few games because he was conceding some poor performances recently. So it's one of those interesting ones that you mentioned that right at the end. And at the same time, you mentioned that Davy pulls up, you know what I mean? I'm about to close, and he pulls up. So I guess he wants to talk something about Chelsea. They're close to us in the table. Hold on, I got to move.
Come on,
very close. Hold on.
You understand. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, but Davy, bro, like, you gotta be early, bro. Because right now is an interesting one. I want you to give us your opinion on Chelsea performance.
No, I was listening. I was in the chat. The thing is that the time when you told me is that I was still driving. You know, our time zones is different. So I was like, when I get home, I just jump on. So see, I just came just now. It's going to be a tight situation. The thing is, this is it. It's as simple as this. If we beat Arsenal, I believe Chelsea have a chance to get third place. If we don't beat Arsenal, and we draw, so if draw or lose, you guys got it. Win, we have a chance. If we win that game, we have a chance. Because I feel like for a team, when you have a game like this, where it's going to epitomize how you look at the rest of your season. Now you have a game where you have to really win. Arsenal really have to win this game as well. So they're both coming with the mentality that, okay, we need to win this game to get the next 3 points. So if Chelsea should overcome that and win that game, that energy I feel like will take them throughout the rest of the season to be to accomplish the goals they need. So that's why I say, like, you know, that's how I look at it for us. Now for Man United, you know, you guys got it. You got everything. You know, if we was in Man United shoes right now, I feel like you guys got it. You got everything you need, Mr. Benjamin Sesko. You know what I'm saying,
bro? Listen, I had to tell you, bro. Big Benny Sesko, bro. Listen, I watched this youth man some years ago, bro.
Yeah,
live, bro. When I just come to Germany,
just
moving, and I watched this man play a game, a Brethren carry a game, and he was playing against a team, Salzburg, playing against his home team, not Frankfurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I see this youth man, and I was like, he big and tall, bro, but he real good on the ball now.
No, serious.
And I was like, he good on the ball, he tall, what pace he have. He wasn't as pacey, but he had a sprint, he
definitely got a sprint. Yeah, he's got a sprint on him.
You know what I mean? But before, like, he didn't have the whole sprint because he needed to work into himself. Now, he was younger then. I think he was like about 17 playing for Salzburg. Bro, the man scored a rocket, king.
Yeah.
He got a rocket. When I see that, I was like, get this brother to Man United. yeah. I need to get him to Man United. It's our next brother who playing for Frankfurt right now called Ozun. See that youth? Gotta get him to Man United. Left wing back, king. He playing left back. Get rid of Luke Shaw and put he in the left back. He can real create too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check him out.
He need to work on. Yeah, bro. This is our next question I need to ask y'all, bro. You all have a big problem with this thing, and this is like the 8th time this season, if I'm not mistaken, bro. Like a red card. Like, brother, listen, you had to finish the next 11 games with 11 men on the pitch, bro, if you want to keep up. Because listen, you see who on the same points as you, but they on lesser goal difference. Look,
me know.
we don't like them. We don't like the red fouls now. You know,
facts.
So I can't. You know, I have a prediction since the season began that they was going to finish in 6th. It's looking close, right? Well, they're making it real close.
They are. No,
well, they were supposed to be on 48 points. Like,
no facts.
You know, not really. It's 47 points to be fair. Yeah, and them supposed to be watching up at the tour. We like,
like on their 42. Yeah, no, I get it.
But don't worry, I'll do you all a favor. I promise. You know what I mean? I tell you, like, Benny on my back here, he have no back, bro. Yeah,
all right, cool.
I buy this kid the moment, and you know, bro, like I tell man them we go and sign Sesko. Man them say nah. They say, you know, Ornstein say, nah, we not interested. I say, yeah. He's Man United priority.
No, facts,
we go and sign him. 75 million pounds plus 10 in add-ons. Watch and see we sign him.
Yeah, no
when
facts.
Them laugh, they say, nah, boom. Boom, it drop. When it drop us, the man them say, nah, boy. You really know you're saying? I said, why are you so excited? I said, bro, it's not this season I'm excited for. No, it's next season. This season, just let him grind into the Prem. Let him just get into the game.
I'm looking forward to next season too, because you know, Chelsea, we're gonna do signings regardless.
Probably,
you know, regardless.
But next season it will be terrifying playing against this youth man, bro. I promise you guys. Like, a lot of people don't know this guy, but I know. I watch this youth man, and he ain't ready. He's still starting. He's an expressive fella. I know he reached that level yet. You know, he celebrations and going crazy. You see, Cutty here. And dyed it black again, it not blonde. You see when it go blonde again, it will probably come with blonde with blue or some kind of thing. That's the kind of colors he have in his hair. Yeah.
Got you. No,
you see when them colors come in, you will see some screamers, bro. Promise.
You say when you see the color coming, I see some screamers. What?
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, he was in Leipzig last season. Leipzig, right? Yeah. He was behind Openda, behind Illich, and behind Piatek.
Yeah.
Right? Behind the three of them.
Yeah,
that man was scoring goals season. And one man get injured and he come on, score a brace.
Yeah, no facts. Yeah.
The next man in score no goals, 67 minutes, they bring him on, he score a brace.
Yeah, no facts. I give you
Pender
that.
start, he pull a hammy, they bring him on, he score and he get assist.
No facts.
Next
Facts.
games he start, goal and assist, a goal, 2 assists, then a hat trick. Bro, the man last season scored 17 goals in a quick rush.
Imagine that. Imagine
quick
that.
rush, bro. And it's like he scores some screamers. If you see somebody goals,
I've watched these. Yeah, no, he's got some screamers in him. Yeah, even the last goal he scored before he left, was a screamer.
He not there yet, bro. He not there yet with Man United. He not that level confident yet. You see, when he get that level confident, man, I had to watch out. That's when I will get real. That's when my chest go get real big, and I'm gonna start to talk real mad, bro. I promise.
Well, it should be kind of big now because look, the way I look at it is, let's say you guys keep what's his name? You keep Carrick here, for example. Next season, all these guys you've loaned out. Let's say if Rashford doesn't go out alone, or you guys are trying to decide to sell him, he might be like, this guy might work for the team that we have right now. I know we had this conversation already, and you said you don't see him as a winger, and Rashford want to play striker. But listen, I think it could work because for me personally, is when you get, let's say, Mbeumo gets injured, it's who's gonna come on to replace them, and that's why I want
on them, bro. Have replacements.
Who?
Ahmad.
Okay, and then Mbeumo get injured or get maybe suspended. Who's gonna replace that side?
We have a man for that. It have the man on the next side. It have Matthias Cunha is there on the left.
Yeah,
Dorgu coming back. Dorgu is coming back, bro. Yeah.
No, but still,
I had Dorgu coming back. If Dorgu get injured, bro, I have the young sensation that also came from the Mercy side. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
His brother, you should know his brother well. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. But for me, that's what I'm saying. For me, I like it to be that we have names. This is why when you see this message
I don't need big names. I'm a Man United fan.
No, I'm not saying big names.
No, listen. You don't understand. I feel like a lot of football.
No, I'm talking for me, I'm talking about Chelsea because I was answering that question.
Yeah,
I'll say for me, I need names to be, the one you just took off. I was answering that question. So he said, that we need to be able to keep 11 on the pitch, right? So what I'm saying is, this is why I like to have a quantity of players, not names as in big names, a quantity. You see, like now, Fofana's out. Okay, we just went and got Sarr back from Strasbourg. There's a reason we need him. So I want to see what he's going to be able to do. Let's say for the Arsenal game, he says, okay, Sarr's going to play. The question is, who's he playing with? Is he going to be playing with Tosin or is he going to be playing with Chalobah? That is where it comes to for me. It's like we put him in for.
I can't believe all they buy Tosin though. Real men wanted Man United.
We got him on free agency. No, we didn't buy him. We got him free agent. It was free money.
Same difference. Listen here. This man wearing a Chelsea kit, bro. What are you talking about here? Free agency.
No, I get you.
Just a wait.
I get you.
So Man United kit I wearing, yeah? This is free agency too. Yeah. This is different. This is real free agency.
Yeah, boy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, boy.
But that brother, he collecting a salary.
Yeah, no, facts.
I may have got it wrong about Cunha, bro, because in the last 4 games, this brother not only scored some goals, but he made some critical defensive plays to stop goals.
Facts.
I have to apologize. I might have to eat a hot chip in the end of the season, bro. I being honest. Yeah. Because a man bet me and I tell him, no way. Yeah. I tell him even Garnacho will have a better season than this brother, bro. They wanted that. This is how far I went.
Because he was pushing
he was pushing me not a level. Big up to Bali Tech. Anyway, I will tell you that. But also, I wanted Turkey. I wanted to buy Turkey. Because I know if I buy Turkey, we're gonna buy Stiller and pay the same money, 63 million for the 2.
True.
Yeah, and I would be happy. But it didn't work out that way. And luckily for me, the guy has turned up to the party, bro. And I don't know about other man them, but if I play, I say I don't rate turn up to the party, bro, in a big way. I will hold my hands up and say I was wrong. You know what I mean? True. At the end of this season, though. Because the season had to finish first.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then on that note. Would you say your team is ready to play in the Champions League and go head to head with the big names, the big teams?
We was always ready to do that, bro. We went to the Europa League final last season.
No. Let's not say.
Hold
on. We're not talking.
Bro, when last you play a Champions League final or semi-final? When was the last time you played a Champions League final?
3 years ago.
I know, right? Okay, that's a different team. That team and this team that you have here is two different level of teams.
That's why I'm asking you the question I'm asking you.
But my team,
it's not the same team.
This team,
it's
you
not
see
the same
this team I have right here?
It's a different team.
Right now, it's a different team. But you see this team? You see when it comes to competitions, you see, you don't understand the mentality of Manchester United team currently. It built to win cups. Because that man like that one-off kind of feeling.
Which
you know
cups?
what I mean?
When was the last time you guys won a cup?
2024. When you playing ball, I was a FA Cup champion, bro. Defending FA Cup champions last season.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Listen to me. I play more finals. The only club that plays as many finals as me is your club.
That's right.
That's only happened over the summer, bro.
Before
this summer,
yeah,
you
boy.
can talk to me, King. You can even sit at this
listen,
table.
It feels good to tell you that. It feels good for Chelsea man to tell you that.
I have no problems with that.
Yeah, boy. What? That made me feel good.
What I say to you is this. What I am going to say to you here now is the funniest thing, bro. Like, I do expect Carrick to be the manager next season.
Right.
I'll be honest.
No, me too. I'll be honest.
But if he wins 10 games out of the games he was given, if he wins 10, give him the job.
Yeah.
Because in his first season, he would have won more Premier League games than the previous manager in his first season.
True.
And he came in at a more difficult time of the season. He came in January. So, and we were slipping. We were slipping when this brother come in. That 4-game run, that 12 points that brother bring in with him, was huge, man. Them don't realize how huge it is. Because if you minus that 12 from that 48, we'd be on 36 or something, broski.
Right.
You know what I put we in, bro? That 36 points puts us below Brentford and Brentford King. You understand?
Yeah.
That'd be a violation. So for me, I know mad at the brother. And to be fair, if I had to get a manager, it would either be, I would say, I wanted a manager who never managed United really to say they manage United like only or bring back nobody now.
Yeah, facts.
But I don't really want a big name. I don't mind getting Xavi Hernandez, but I like him. You know what I mean? I think Spanish managers have a different edge about them. Them want to win.
No,
they don't like that. They don't care about the pretty thing. They want to win. Yes, win. Best players in the best positions. And then we add tactics to that, we win the game. Change your tactics to the team playing here and win. Boom. Same thing. Win. Trophies. Every trophy is a trophy. I want to win it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about other man them. Focus on the Prem. That Arsenal mentality. You want to focus on the Prem, bro? That's good for you, broski. I want to win and be competition I play in. And if I ain't winning, I had to play every final still. I had to lose any final. So I don't care about Carabao Cup, fucking FA Cup, UCL, Europa League. If I dare, I want to see the final, bro. You can't tell me you never see a final, but there's a small cup. Your club didn't see a final in how much years, bro. Not yours, but certain man them talk this now. You know what I mean? Like Arsenal fans just talk about finals and small cups, but they don't win none. So what the fuck you talking about? What you talking about small cups when you don't win?
You don't win cups, boy.
Like, brother, these man them talking about
speaking facts.
Some man them on a stream, they talk on the 12th man talking about well, he hasn't Gyökeres hasn't done as much as Odegaard and Saka and these guys. What have they done, bro?
No facts.
They've won nothing.
Nothing. Imagine being at a cup for 7 years. They ain't win nothing. But you still want to be talking about other trophies ain't even big enough. Like what kind of what trophy big enough you ain't winning? Yeah.
But you ain't winning none. I mean, you know, I mean, I just rock with the Chelsea's. You know me sometimes, you know. I mean, can't hit them like the 20 titles thing. You know, I mean, that's a bit harsh. We do that to Liverpool all the time because you know Liverpool is talk about 20 times like if it's first club to win 20 times. I mean, when 17 of the trophies don't even look like the last 3. I mean,
no facts.
It's wild. It's wild, bro. Some people never seen those 17 trophies, one of them before in their lives. But you know what I mean? They've seen these 13 Man United trophies, though. Most of them have seen it. They didn't like it, though, because, you know, when Man United was winning trophies, you know, they used to nominate 5 players in the different sections now. And every time it would be 3 Man United players.
Yeah.
Man, they used to hate it. You used to see the faces of the commentators, bro. And you see like Paul Scholes, David Beckham, Dwight York.
Yeah.
And it's like, we don't care. You had to say it, though. You're getting paid.
Boy. No, facts.
No, bro, like, if Man City getting a point reduction, that would be interesting. But when that going to happen, bro,
I just read about it. It says if they found guilty, which, you know, we'll see, though. We'll see.
Bro.
Because can you imagine if Man City win it, then next season they say they got found guilty and they take it off them? That's, yeah, boy. Might as well just
that's good. I mean, it would be very interesting. It would be very interesting.
Yeah.
If Man United finish second.
Yeah.
And they win it this season, and then they take it off them. You know what I mean? Because then Man United gets the trophy 21 times. Yeah, bro, that 21 times will hit like a brick, you know. Men in Liverpool will sick. Because you see that 21, you know when it's going when after 21, 22 is come faster than that, bro. It's the fastest thing that's happened in life, bro. 21 to 22.
No facts.
Bang. It's like your rollover and it's 22, bro. 21 is over. Yeah. But to get from 10 to 20, just take a lifetime. I swear.
No facts.
So, like I tell man them.
Because it's not far, you know. It's not far. Really and truly, it's not far. It can happen. All Arsenal need to do is lose like 2-3 games. What? 2 or 3?
Bro,
what?
Arsenal can't do it. Bro, in the next 4, if United win and Arsenal lose 2, hey, you don't want our team to smell that blood, bro. They talk about sharks, but they never see devils touching blood, bro. Because, brother, it's a reason why they call them brothers the Red Devils. And let me tell you something, bro. And I'll tell man this. If Arsenal really was to drop 9 points and City drop 6 points, and Man United is level on points or 1 point behind and 4 games left,
yeah,
it's over, bro. Because we have Liverpool, and we have Liverpool to the end of the season, King, bro. To kill Liverpool to win the league, that's a United dream, bro. This United team, you don't want their brothers on that, bro. Because remember, listen here, and I realized this since with Ten Hag. Ten Hag tell men 2 weeks before, hey, Pep, I bring in these brothers here. We're going to beat you and your crew in the party, and you just going to be there because we're going to beat you. Yeah, he literally, bro, the man stand up on a mic and tell all the fans that, bro, 2 weeks before the final. Go and watch it, bro. It's online. He tell the fans, the boys apologize because we did play shit and ended up finishing too because I win some games and ended up closer. But anyway, and the man said, but we going to win the FA Cup. Don't beat them. Yeah, we finished 8th that season. He said, but don't beat them. We go win the FA Cup, Champions League. We go play Europe next season. We go win that, and then we go move on. Don't beat them. Yeah, smack up Man City, bro. Bam, bam in the final, bro. These brothers, bro, they living for them. You see them big games. You can't beat them, bro. And you see that? Is he having 5 games left? 1 point to catch the league leaders or 2 points to catch? Brother, you don't want to see Man United, bro. You don't want to see Man United. Bro, listen, I can tell you about my team, bro. You see if we 10 points behind, but like, you see if like you lose, Liverpool lose, we win 3-4 games, so we end up like 6 points ahead of y'all. We might draw 4 games. Just say the last 4, we might draw them. You know what I mean? You know them ones there? But you see, if we 2 points off the top of the league, 4 games left, you can't get Man United to lose. You can't pay that. You can't pay for that, bro.
Yeah, I feel it's open. I feel like it's open because right now, Arsenal, they got Chelsea this Sunday. After Brighton, so Brighton could be 50-50. That could be a draw or win. Then they got Everton. Then they got Man City's a FA, is the cup, so that don't count. Then they got Bournemouth. Then they got Man City. Then after Man City, they got Newcastle. Then Fulham. Then West Ham. Then Burnley. Then Crystal Palace. So it's Arsenal's not got it easy too. They ain't got it
Bro,
easy.
that's why we said 9 points in May. And if you watch Man United run up, I could pull out the run in for you.
I'm pulling it up now. Don't watch that. I'm pulling it up now.
Because I don't know my team running is it gets easier after the next 5.
Yeah, you guys got Crystal Palace, then you got Newcastle, then you got Aston Villa, which is interesting. Then you got Bournemouth, then you got Leeds, then you got to face us.
Well,
then
that
you got
is
to face
where
Liverpool. Wait, hold on. Let me speak.
Liverpool is at home in Old Trafford, King.
Yeah.
If United on our winning streak, listen,
listen to this.
Right now, United is the only undefeated team in the Premier League this year, 2026.
Yeah. Right.
After, if I'm not mistaken, I believe is going to be 10 games this weekend on Sunday, right?
Facts.
Now, if we slap Palace,
if
then we beat the next team,
Newcastle,
and then we work and
offer that home ground
at home ground. Now offer the bunks at that 3 wins and the 1 out and 2 of them being away, we beat Villa. We go above Villa.
So let me ask you a question. You believe you can win all 3 games straight?
Bang.
Wow.
You mad or what? Listen to me. I'm gonna tell you something, bro. If I was
confidence, I
pray Carrick start Sesko versus Palace and start Mbumo versus Villa. This is just how I want to see it. Because, brother, you see this fella on my back against Palace? That is what you want. Yeah? Because Palace go and play that low mid block kind of shit. You want to part them like the Red Sea and smack it up in the net. And the moment they adjust to he go part them one from outside. You bring him off and you bring on Mbumo or you bring on Xerxes and you change the game on them. And then they kill them off in the second. They kill them off late in the second half. I just think that's how it go. But they had to start Sesko for that game. And then I go start Mbumo versus Villa because Mbumo will destroy Villa. And they bring on Sesko to finish them off because he will be running hot with goals. He will come on and score.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question.
Sesko versus Newcastle.
No. Man United versus Palace. What? Just give me a score prediction.
3-1.
Okay. Newcastle versus Man United. Score prediction.
4-1 Man United.
Okay.
Sesko started.
Aston Villa versus Man United. Score prediction.
2-0.
Okay. Bournemouth versus Man United.
6-1.
Okay. Leeds United versus Man United.
7.
Okay. Chelsea versus Man United.
3-1 Man United.
Which tree?
You see?
Yo, which tree?
You see?
Yo, man, go mad.
What's up for you?
Which tree? Yo, man, relax yourself, Relax yourself.
Bro, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
You're in your mind.
I'm gonna tell you something, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I could be out of my mind.
Yeah,
but I will tell you this,
Bro,
you see,
can't even score one.
When we come to this camp, we come into the bridge, See, we come to the bridge.
Yeah.
We go burn it down, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, listen to me. Really? I'm gonna tell you something. You see Bruno? Brother.
Yeah, we've seen him before.
That's all I had to say, bro. I just telling you now, like I say, my prediction is 3-1. In the next 5 games, I expect United to score nothing less than 21 goals.
21 goals.
Nothing less.
It's a shout. So what do you think the score prediction will be Liverpool game then?
Bro, we will bang them at home, bro. I could see it now. United at home in front of the home crowd. We beat them. We end our field winning streak at the beginning of the season. A defted 2-1, a smashing fastest goal of the Prem still under 37 seconds. It was in the back of the net. They didn't even know what to do. They was just like, what was that? It was there. You know what I'm saying? But at home, I think they will come at us because they have a good record against us at home at Old Trafford. But it gets really interesting because this new Man United team plays very, very well against what they are weakest at. And they don't fill spaces. And their defense is not that mobile. And they cannot depend on Van Dijk. It has shown that he's not. And if you put Sesko against Van Dijk, well, brother, he might have to come off in the first half, after the first half.
You see, we got the fixtures you got, but earlier. So after Arsenal, we faced Aston Villa. After Aston Villa,
this is what I'm telling you, bro. This is why I tell you, Man United have no pressure.
Saying, there's no pressure.
This is why I tell you, we have no pressure. We just go and see it unfold. If we just focus on the game ahead and we watch this shit unfold, bro, listen, it could be the kind of thing that in the next 3 games critical. If Man United win them next 3 games, if Arsenal drop 4 points, Man City drop 2 points, you drop a point, brother, it's wild. It is wild. I'm telling you now, anytime in the next 3 games, Arsenal drop 4 points, City drop 2 points, watch that Man United team performance the next game. Which will be 2 games from now, because bro, the last game out of the 5, the last 2 games of the 5 is where you will see the results. Because if anybody above me drop points, we will win.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a position that, like, I mean, I'm talking about Liverpool, but they could hurt us, but realistically, bro, Liverpool weak defensively. You cannot be weak defensively against this Man United team.
Right.
If they want to go to a shootout, I think Liverpool have firepower. Yes, they have Etikite. He's very sound, but we have a stronger defense, and they're not the best at set pieces.
True.
Maybe free kicks, but we don't give up much free kicks. We give up corners.
Right.
We could win that. Harry Maguire. Fuck that. Harry Maguire, bro. He's there. That header is coming. Clearance header is coming.
Facts.
But if you want to go to a shootout with Man United right now, is the wrong time you're picking. It is the wrong time to pick to go on a shootout with Man United, because there are too many guys that could hurt. You know, and Ahmad due a goal for the longest while. And brother, this season is the one season where I kind of amping for Ahmad to start games because of his performances more than what he contributed this season. And last season he was contributing a lot, but his performances for me was not really to be seen. And I hope it continue this way, because I think he will get over he will go over that little barrier that's holding him back, and he will become that player that everybody was saying he was last season, because he was missing most that creativity. Finding his players, the striker, finding the striker, pointing the crosses, pointing the passes, looking up, finding players. Because he was so busy trying to drive and score goals.
True.
So this season, he going through a tough run because he is scoring goals, but I think he's doing more for the team still, because he's having 2 defenders on him. Sometimes, you get a ball in the box, it might not come off, but, he's making good decisions. And I think next season is where we're going to see the fruit of our labor, or I could see it in the next couple of games, because if he score, he gets more dangerous. And he's very good defensively as well. This season, he has been very good. That's another reason why I was mad they take off Mbumo. They did take him off last night and not Mbumo. I was pissed. But
no, thanks.
Let's see how it goes, because I'm definitely looking forward to Manchester United winning the next 3 games on the bounce, especially if you see we win this game against Palace. This momentum going into Newcastle, it's not something Newcastle want to see. And I think Benny Sesko starts against Newcastle, they can't they're in a problem, because their biggest issue was Dan Burn and these guys. But if you have Sesko, who is quicker than both of their defenders and just as tall, it makes a very interesting battle in the first half. And I would bet on Sesko getting a first half brace against Newcastle faster than against Crystal Palace, because I think Crystal Palace defenders have a little bit more guile, and but you'll see how it goes.
We'll see. Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, but all they need to do all their job, man, Chelsea, man. Like, now is not time for all the team to be... I mean, your team will have growing pains, bro. Like, a lot of the fan base, I think, they're going off for the Chelsea that had a team of experienced players, no matter what, or majority experienced players.
Right.
The mentality that, these players need to win, they need to do better, they need to have extreme consistency. These is youths, bro.
True.
I just disagree with a lot of them statements, because when I look across your team, the only real experience in your team is the goalkeeper and Reece James. Maybe Pedro Neto, but again, Well, Cucurella too as well. But Pedro Neto, bro, he don't even really start for Portugal.
Yeah, because they got superstars. You know, that's different.
Bro, listen, yeah. I'm when I say that, I'm not trying to disrespect Pedro Neto, bro, but
No,
you
I get
understand? It are certain men at a certain level that they can lead your team forward. Even if you have a bunch of youths in your squad. In each department, you have a leader. He's not that guy. Yeah. So you're looking for a guy who could come into that team and lead
replace.
Yeah. Paul Palmer, very good, talented individual. This season, he's struggling way too much to impose himself on his teammates. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a struggle with Chelsea right now, but it's mostly growing pains. I think a lot of the fans.
I like it. I like it because if this is what we struggle with, yeah, and we're just a few points from fourth, third, and this is then that means we're having a great season. Because can you imagine if we didn't have all of this? That means we'll be first. Because can you imagine if we're struggling? If we're struggling on my day off and we're fifth. That means, can you imagine if we was doing good? Oh my God, we'll be first place right now.
Well, I mean, if I could just imagine if they had sacked Amorim game week 10, we might have been first actually. You know what I mean? Because we was 4 points behind Arsenal then.
And he was on a winning
streak. And we drew 5 games and lost. And then I was like, but it is what it is, bro. I would say it would get more interesting, but I think this last 11 games of the season will be very much something spectacular because I think it will have a photo finish this season. I was never excited about title race and too hectic with top 4 because, we finished 15th last season or 14th, 15th, lower than where Ten Hag left him. But,
relegation.
Everybody was believing in this cult leader, the scammer. At the end of the day, justice was served, my prayers were answered, and my team was delivered by the football gods into the chasm of someone that actually loves Manchester United. Because I'm
but you know who I hope they give you? I hope they give you Postecoglou.
Bro, you guys, big up to each and every one of you watching. I hope you guys, let me know in the comments, in the community post as well. Let me know what you think about the new intro and outro for the Premier League Roundup. Big up to Davy Principal and up next week. Monday is going to be a smashing one, folks.
Yes,
so don't forget to be live and be there. I hope you have a great night. Yeah, bro, that Postecoglou one, bro. Don't worry. If I get Postecoglou, you go and get Southgate at Chelsea, bro. It could be